Yo. Weird noises to start the day. Okay. 98 part 3. Yeah. So today, microphone ASMR. Today, my goal is to sketch that one up when they're in the tree. Hey, Atsuki. So sketch that one when they're up in the tree or sitting by the tree, and the fantastical things around the tree. Then I was thinking, because it's Mercedes. Hey, Abir, Buddha Breakfast, how's it going? Because it's more or less Mercedes, I was thinking, do I have to make some sort of vehicular design? Probably, right? I think that's what most people will do. Yeah, but I mean, I like characters, so I want to have it character orientated. But the question is like what ways can you make it fantastic? You know? Hey Zelen, how's it going? You know, it's very it's very many things to think about. I'm gonna just straight up use this one as a base, just so we can get the ball moving on it. Kids sitting and playing. Big old tree. I mean, you could do very like heavy decorative elements in the tree itself, like the branches and the leaves, and having lots of kind of rhythm there. And then the tree being sick. That's right. He's minding the tree. And all sorts of creatures. I mean, everybody loves creatures, right? And he could be sitting on some sort of mechanical pot of sorts that's helping the tree breathe. Hey Tihana, how's it going? Weeping Jay, what up? Question is, what kind of creatures? You know, that would be a massive undertaking if you would move forward with this sketch. But definitely, like all the animals of the world type thing, you know, like it has to be a range of all sorts of imaginative creatures, horses, unicorns. Tree powered cars. Yeah, that's an interesting idea. So, kid sitting and reading. Tree is mending. Maybe there's like a little bit of grass, and then there's the mechanical pot. And the kid is like, yeah, you and me, tree, forever and ever. I can see how, you know, if I would do it line art, for example, with very expressive shapes, it could be really cool. It doesn't necessarily need to be rendered, I think lines could be very nice in this image. With very like saturated colors and so on, just to properly show another facet, so it's not the same like last year, you know. The question is also like what is Mercedes looking for? And it's also not only Mercedes that's gonna be the judge. THU obviously is gonna be the judge too. Most likely, there's a panel of sorts. There is 3 panels, 3 artists who will be the judging panel, but I think also Mercedes and THU will gonna have a say in the matter. Hey, Iglesias Miguel, how's it going? Everything gonna be solar powered? I don't think solar power is gonna be anything. I think what they will do is coming up with a new power source. That's the only way to do it. You can't have solar power in northern climates, for example. Or you can only drive in the summer. Rip. But I think what they're gonna invent is like a powerful battery. Like they've already discussed it, where they taking nuclear waste and making a diamond out of it, and it'll be like a lifetime battery energy source. And the power that's within that diamond is like it generates infinite amount of energy, but not, the question is how powerful is the battery. But if the power never exits the diamond, because of I guess the state of the nucleus of the nuclear waste. Question is, you know, I doubt that it will be like solar powered for sure. Yeah, hydrogen. I don't think hydrogen will go anywhere either. Hey, Ghost Shiv, Zelin. True. I mean, true. Everything is solar. Everything is dependent on solar activity. Obviously. We wouldn't have a magnetic field. We wouldn't have photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. Hello, English. Hey, Kuiba, how's it going? Amir, well, they've already invented it. You're a sexy goat. Hey, good looking. How's it going? Eat that tin can, goat. Mmm. Chew that fence like a good old goat. Oh yeah. Hey, Dr. Sheldon, how's it going? You know what I like? You know I like my goats. I mean, some people do. Shit. Crazy enough, some people do. What can you do? And my apologies if you just tuned in and listened into that weird little segment. Yeah, so I'm still in a limbo land about my talk. I'm recording a painting, and it's going to be finished today, which leaves me time to start working on the speech. and start collecting things. But I think I know what to do. I'm been mulling it over in my head how it might work out, and it's gonna be like a steep climb to get there, but I think I'll get there. One a meter. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I don't think it's going to be the only solution because due to many factors. Um, one of the reasons is like, why isn't everyone using an electric car? Oh well, because XYZ, this and that. It's going to same be a bit about that infinity battery. It's like, yeah, well, I'm not going to do it because I like my tractor, you know. There's always going to be alternatives. Iglesias Miguel, well, thank you. Tiana, in a day? The recording? Yeah, it's 1.5 of nightly drawings. It's getting there. It's pretty cool. I think I'm gonna even everything is recorded from start to finish, and it's like dark fantasy type character. So I am thinking I will gumroad the shit out of it afterwards. Okay, so we got that one. We got 4 options, 3 from yesterday. Woohoo! That one, yeah, that one, just that one, and just this one today. I think this one would look really cool in line art. So I'm gonna do an. Amir, true. That's very true. I mean, nuclear energy source is never a good source. I mean, it's an active reaction, rather. But in these batteries, there's no active reaction in per se. It's nuclear waste. It's radioactivity. It's not nuclear fusion reaction that's driving the battery, right? It's not. I mean, basis of nuclear reaction. I mean, if you've seen TV series Chernobyl, he goes through the function of it, like in the last episode. I think he explains like how it works, right? And it's basically unstable element that they stabilize through machines, through cooling with water and graphite. Yeah. So these batteries would be the waste product of those rods, I guess, because they have to do something with all of it, right? And Sweden, for example, they dump it in the core, not in the middle of the Earth core, but granite core mountain, so that they don't need to solve the radioactivity because it's deep within. I had this idea. I'm not sure if I'm gonna understand how to make it work, or the narrative. It just feels at the moment it's just gonna feel like a vehicle design, which is kind of shitty. But the idea is that it's like a car, hovering car, joyriding on a grass field. Like the grass field is there, and it's driving, and there's a Dutch tilt. The problem there is like, what's the interest? The interest is going to lie in the machine, and that's not going to be very interesting. So I'm not sure. I mean, it's an idea. It's not a strong idea. Also, no characters, which is. So I'm going to quickly give them all a color pass. Hey, Captain Boss, how's it going? Yeah, so I think I'm starting to figure out which ones to take further. Is there any of those from you guys that you enjoy the look of? I will show them all soonish. So in that way you can have a look. But if you remember any and you want to voice your opinion. The tree one, it has potential. Yeah, I think so too. I think that's definitely going to be one of those that I will pursue for sure. And I think this one I like the idea of, like the potential of it, where you could where you could take the world, you know. Yeah. What I think what will sell this image is the interaction of the character and this robot that the kid built, and the whole interaction between the facial expression, the design, the color is going to be very like direct like that, and the narrative is going to be all there, and then secondary reads is going to be like that. So everything is going to be pushing to those two, right? That's going to be what's going to sell the image. This one is going to be a bit trickier, I think. It is not as strong, even though the idea is cool. I think in order for me to get it just right, is gonna require a lot of work to get it just right, you know. French. This one is Viva la Revolution. Yeah, absolutely. I apologize for my shitty French imitation, by the way. Yeah, so this one would be Viva la Revolution for sure. And it would be, I think it could be cool. I think it could work really well with my mug. Pink coffee. I think the image could really work. Like the idea of the image is fantastic. This could be like algae farm or whatever, you know, so that they're climbing up the machine. They're Captain Boss. But Viva la France? Viva. that's also French. But revolution, I guess. Revolution is Spanish. Well, I suck, clearly. My apologies to both Spain and France. Jesus. My apologies. And everyone in chat just went, oh, it's Spanish, Bjorn. Just shut up. Okay. Zealand, thank you. Thank you that you forgive me. Iglesias, Miguel. Ah, Tormod, how's it going? How's it going, Mr. Tormod? Swedish leve revolutionen. It doesn't have that same dramatic ring like French and Spanish. Leve revolutionen sounds more quite pedestrian. Don't you crash on me, Photoshop. I will be extremely sad face. Of course. Of course you crashed. No, you didn't. Yes. All right. I'm going to switch it off and preemptively, pre-disaster, I'm going to kill Photoshop and start it again. I have a sneaky suspicion that it might be RAM, that Photoshop eats up all the RAM in some latest update, and in return it freezes when it hits the cap. That's my sneaky suspicion. Next time, Japanese or Chinese? Oh, rip. I don't know how to say long live the revolution in Chinese or Japanese. I love this coloring method. It's just instant juice. It's so good. By the way, that I was thinking, one of the, like I explained on one of the streams, one of the reasons why I asked on Facebook what the first thing they thought about when they saw my art was that it's research a bit about gumroads. I think it's time to do some gumroads to share that kind of package. I think, like, granted, like the stream, it has the same content, but after looking at a lot of people and like sales and why people buy it, I think if you as an artist sits in on these streams and over a period of time, you will get exactly the same ideas, exactly the same knowledge, right? That will potentially be in a Gumroad. But the difference is that in a Gumroad it would be a tailored, like a meal. you know. Oh, by the way, I read about a browser called Brave. And it better than all, supposedly. So that might be worth looking into. Brave, like the action. You know, I'm brave. I'm a coward. Brave. And supposedly that browser is really good. It has like built-in defenses. It has faster load time than any other browser. It cleans itself. Good privacy settings. Safe searches and all these things. So it might be worth looking into. I haven't heard about. I haven't like done massive amount of research about the topic either. You know, if it's true or not, or but I recently decided I should look into another browser, and hence why I downloaded and installed Brave. So at least it's a better option than Chrome, I heard. But again, I'm probably wrong. But that's what I heard. Okay, color. That looks doom and gloom. I wonder if I can do a quick gradient with a very warm tone to counter this edge. Almost. I just wanted to hit a little bit of kind of like that, but not that broken. I wonder if what happens if I reduce the fill on it. No. Opacity on it? No. I saw another one that was kind of what I wanted. This one. But obviously it is not. No. I have to manually add it. Just so we get that contrast or combo form popping. French, yeah. On Mac it's a little bit different, but on PC it's just up and down arrows. On Mac, I think it's like Shift and page, something like that. And now they're all the rainbows, all the rainbows of the color. Go home, Bjorn, you're drunk. Captain Bose, yeah. I think if I would spend some time correcting like the flow of like infinity flow and do it in line art with the really fun shapes, like really spend time on like the graphical aspect of it, making it feel like a poster, I think it has a lot of potential. I think it is one of my favorites. It's definitely something I want to work more on. more on. Oh yeah, and that one. But that's kind of balls. I like this one. I think this could be really cute. You could make it really interesting. You could even have two creatures, two fantastical things here, and they could be like sleek robots type things. I think this one would look really cool with a logo on it, like THU logo, boom, poster. The first being this one. I like it. I think it has tons of potential, and you could do really funny like an old Game Boy, the unicorn, lots of like fun things, you know, like contemporary things, and it's a very strong composition where everything leads to that corner. I think this one is also has lots of potential. It's a pyramidical composition, and it's also like tells a nice story about climbing and overcoming and unity and so on. This one is cute, but I'm not sure it's the best. I think this one has lots of potential. Hey, Janae Jumalan, thanks for the raid. You rated me at the exact end of the stream. But thank you. It's really appreciated. Thank you very much. And yeah, and that one we can retire that one. That one's dog's dinner. Keep the raid train going. Yeah, absolutely. Well, nonetheless, thank you very much for the raid. Thank you very much for the passing the love to me. So I've been sketching out or coloring and sketching out competition entries. So this one is this is a rough sketch, but we were discussing that this has lots of potential, and this one has also lots of potential. So I think That's number one. That's number two. This one, I really like the idea of it. I think it could be cute as well. But this one with line art and making it very like graphic designy, and how all sorts of like fantastical creatures, and the kid reading the book to the sick tree, I think has a like a very powerful message. But maybe I should even do all of them. Take them to the next step for all of them. They're all four suggestions are pretty good, and I think what's going to make them better or worse after this point is how I pursue the iteration. I think if for all of them, I have to redraw them from scratch and properly plan them out. So what I think I will do for all of them is to do kind of a rough line art to see where they are. Like, you know, like is the elbow that way, elbow this way, what's this blob of paint, what's that blob of paint, just so you kind of start getting an understanding of it. Mix two of them. Oh yeah, but we could do that too. I mean, they are not really mixable though. But yeah, I mean, there's going to be lots of overlap for sure. But anyways, I think seeing them together like this, I think it's I think they're all strong entries. Only a dead noob. The tree one? Yeah, I think the tree one can look really cool with line art and like juicy gradients and all these things. I think painted, it might become too. I mean, you could do stylized, but I think the tree one would sing with exaggerated shapes. I think number three here, it's a bit dark and a little bit moody, but the composition and idea, it has lots of potential. Like they're climbing the structures and like a gang of friends going on an adventure, you know. And number two here is there's a tinkerer, like a kid who has a room full of old things from the past, like a Game Boy, blah blah blah, and they created a super sleek invention, like a robot that is powered by life, like a leaf of a little plant growing inside of it. And you could even have another one, smaller one, or you know. But the idea there of like a kid with a vision to create new life or whatever is a nice message. And number one here on the far left is kids joyriding and painting and decorating kind of a combine harvester that plants nature. So the nature is dead, and then behind it in the trail is like summer and beauty, you know. Sure, I mean, it doesn't need to be line art for sure, but there's just an idea I had. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think so too. The infinity? Nah, well, no, not in particular, but that's the composition. Lychee jelly slug. No, it's for the golden ticket competition for the THU. It's an art station. You can find it. Hey, I am Weekly. What up? How's it going? Welcome to the very end of the stream. 2 and 4. 2 and 4. Yeah, 2 and 4 are good. I think they are really good, potentially. You know. Yeah, I won the competition last year. I can show you the winning submission. This was what I won with last year. Some trolls and a fat unicorn. Yeah, the colors are not right. The colors are way too doom and gloomy. So disregard the colors on the third. It's just you gotta like concentrate more on the compositional elements. I think all of them have potential, which is sucks. But most of you seems to like 2, 3, and 4. So I think 1 has to be retired, unfortunately. But yeah. Anyways, let's go and raid someone. Who to raid? Who to raid? Who to pass the torch to? If you have any suggestions, whoa, do let me know. Music was on. Maddie is about to start painting. Someone is painting a butt. And she's also painting a butt. Come on. Don't stoop that low. 3 is the strongest. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. We're gonna raid Maddie. She seems to be gearing up for a traditional media environment. Looks pretty cool. Jival, yeah, I think so too. Number 1 has a cool idea. I think it's better in a horizontal format, so you can see the summer being produced. So I think I will revisit all of them and push them a bit further. So following streams is going to be each one's going to get its own half an hour to see where I can take them within that half an hour to see the potential of the composition, right? Where I'll shift, I'll push and pull, I'll change colors and so on. Anyways, as per usual, we're gonna do the outro, and after the outro, I'll switch to the raid. So don't go anywhere. We're gonna raid Maddie. She's a great traditional artist and also digital artist. She paints environments. If you're in the other side of the world, good night. If you're in this side of the world, have a fantastic day. And see you tomorrow morning at the same time. It's a daily stream for all you new people where I do half an hour. Usually on chat request, I draw whatever you want me to draw. Without further ado, let's do the outro. Have a great one. Bye.